Oh my God, that baby fox is just so cute. Good morning. Good morning. I'm sorry, I'm on a little bit earlier. I had to drop Kindle off earlier. And again, to drop off his cello. So there's that. Good morning. So yesterday was a day. After I got off here, I finished up making whatever straps I needed to make, and I sewed up one bag. My kids came home from school it was a half day. Today's their last day of school, and it's a half day as well. I spent 2 hours contemplating a bag that I didn't make. And I've been going back and forth if I was going to do a short tutorial on a very small project for this Friday, and or am I going to sit down and record what I usually bring when I'm going to conventions and or like expos or whatnot. Like I was going to call it the kill kit, but my bag kit. There's a bag I bring that has all the necessities I think you need as a sewist or a maker for a craft show, so that you don't have to bug your neighbors and be like, "Hey, do you have any zip ties?" I've done that so many times. So many times. Zip ties are important, so important for table situations and clamps and all that stuff like that. So I wanted to do that. So I'm still contemplating if I do either one project was going to be like a 20-minute video. But I feel like a lot of you are wanting to start exploring selling, like at farmers markets, craft shows, expos, whatnot, and or even Comic Cons. And I don't know everything, but from the years that I've been doing expos, I I have a pretty good idea of what to bring for a kit. Good morning. Yes, I do have a cylinder arm. Happy Wednesday. Leslie, when you get I don't know if you're doing a pre-order for your hemostats or not, but I definitely want to order one for myself. And then whenever I hit the 5K, I want to order two. So that could be in that 5K giveaway whenever I hit it. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I'm sorry you couldn't sleep. Hopefully you could take a nap or something. Man, me without sleep is not a good thing. Good morning. So yeah, I was literally just in my workroom. I finished the straps to the bag, finished closing up bags. I sewed up another bag, and I was contemplating on a bag for like 2.5 hours. So I had to write down all my ideas and pocket it. Whenever I get close to one convention, I start immediately thinking about the second one. And for the second one, they have this thing where you could put in 5 pieces of your art, which are my bags, and they go into auction. And I have this Star Trek leather duffel bag for a male, more masculine undertones. Let me correct myself on that in my head. So I'm trying to see if I can get that to come to life. Yeah, let me know. Let me know when it's up, and then let the people in here know, because believe it or not, Leslie, I've been getting emails about your hemostats and people saying, "Oh, do you know when they're going to become available?" So I'm interested in them. Because I have like the ones that you usually just get from, I don't know, Amazon. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. Just I don't know. I want something pretty. So I like tools like this because you can use it for your left or right hand, and you could just help. Like actually, one of the little project that I was going to do to have film today for tomorrow's video, for Friday's video, was you will need a pair of hemostats or something that can grab so you can pull it out. And I was like, wait, should I wait until her hemostats come in so that way I can use pretty hemostats? Okay. But it's a really fast project, but these are a part of it. Good morning. I know my heart. I'm sorry. It's rainbow. Like my thing is that we have it, the sewing world is finally catching up to the fashion world. I know you're gonna be like, wait, fashion and sewing goes hand in hand. You're absolutely right, correct. Haute couture, bags, everything. But our supplies aren't. Our supplies are very mundane and basic, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people really like having a clean palette and like having everything all white or all eggshell color, and then there's people that like color. So you're starting to see that a lot more designers like that design tools are coming out with more whimsical colors. Um, it helps. It's like proof. It's kind of like the Ot lights. Somebody messaged me asking me about mine and what do I feel. I've had this Ot light on my 1541 for a long time. I knew I was working in the basement, and I did a lot of research on lights. You can get depressed if you're in a very dark area sewing, um, and you don't have natural light coming in. These Ot lights are proven to help with seasonal depression. Um, like your therapist or your psychiatrist can actually like order one as like a referral for the insurance to pay for one for you if you live in a dark climate. It does help. That everyone's like, oh, the 1541 is your favorite machine, and I never really paid attention to it, but it's the only machine that has this light, and I'm able to change the moods and colors. Like there's like a sunset, all different things, and I never noticed how much I used it. It's like muscle memory. But the reason why I always sit my butt in this particular like sewing table is the light. Now they have really pretty Ot lights that have like iridescent shells and blue and whatever. The sewing world is now getting to understand that we like different colors. Like this is a Riley Blake 10. All of her glitter clips, all of her wonder clips are blue, like baby blue, all of them. So like this is Riley Blake. So I feel like Lauren Mormino paved the way for that. I'd never seen any other clip colors until she came out with her pink jellies, and I immediately bought them. I know I was going to step on them. I know they were going to break. That's not her fault. That's what I do naturally with all clips. It's just a part of the clip process of me. I still bought them because every time I clipped it, it made me smile to see those colors. And now I see so many other people rolling out with them. Again, my favorite, if you don't have the clips yet, get the black and emerald from her. You'll thank me. Okay. As much as I love the toe clips, I love them because blue is my favorite color. Those black and emerald ones, woo! Like they just look really sleek. So what I'm seeing now is like a lot of places are coming out with unique turners to turn a tube, or irons that are all these different colors, because it can make you smile having something pretty. It's the same purpose of like if someone gives you a diamond necklace. There's no real need for it, but it makes you feel good and they're pretty. I don't have Leslie's hemostats on me, but if you let me see. Last time she tried to put her link in, she couldn't. I'm gonna put her. All I have to do is put JOL, and your website pops up now on my. I'm gonna put it in here. She has really pretty bags too. She has templates. She, her templates are really pretty because for Hi It's Me, the bag pattern that I'm doing for So Magical Florida, I'm going to be talking to you soon, Leslie, in reference to trying to get 2 templates. um let's see. Here's her Jolie's Creation, her website. So yeah, so you can see she has templates. Her templates came fast. I don't know. There's something about them being clear but having glitter. It makes me smile. Like I seriously, it just makes you. That's if it didn't work, then other people wouldn't be offering. Like, oh, what kind of glitter or whatever. So, um, I don't know. I can't wait to do the pre-order because I might order 2 for myself, and then I'm trying to collect. When I order stuff now, I'm trying to collect little things from every place I order to put into whenever I get to the 5K. I could have like a huge, massive 5K giveaway, but I'll have everything already for it. Jenny, I hope you are feeling better. Yes, some glitter rulers are a little bit more harder than reed. There's some that are not. Like This is Jolie's. And I know I'm not probably doing it justice. Hold on. Where do you have clear? Where do you have that's white or something, Shinova? You can see all the lines for the 1 inch mark, 3/4 of an inch, the whole 9 yards. I know you can't see it on film, but like I promise you, this in person is really easy and visible to see. And it's like not glitter where it's like, damn, did she just put a blob of glitter and just like no, it's like evenly distributed and it's really pretty. Some glitter rulers are hard to see. Trust and believe, I know. That's why I went and got those Sally Tomato ones because I got the hidden color. Again, they're clear, but they have some kind of color on them. And honestly, I kind of like having a little bit different colors than the normal black. I don't know why, but like for some odd reason, like the ruler that I used to quilt the Han Solo bag was my what that was a bigger ruler. That was like the 4x12 or the 4x16 from Sally Tomatoes, and it had all the quilting signs like the 30, the 45, and 60-degree angle. And I was just like, oh my god, best rulers ever. So I'm obsessed with them. I'm hoping someone, either Sally Tomatoes or Laura Mormino, comes out with like a 16x16, and I really, 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 really want like a 20x21 or a 22, because weirdly enough, a lot of the bags that I love to make, like I love to make how much I love to make Georgia Girl Stitch stuff. Most of her sizes, like for the amber and for the small totes and all that stuff like that, the inside is like 21 inches by 20 inches tall. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I just had a ruler that just had 20 by 20, it'll be easy for me just to cut out, and then I'll just cut out the little boxes. So just some thoughts. And the ruler, if it's going to be a 20 by 20, I definitely want to have all the quilting marks. I feel like that's important to say, because that's how I also, when I'm cutting things on the bias, I use the ruler. Yeah, but see, then Virginia, you might like the Sally Tomato one because there's no glitter. Do I have one right in front of me? Like, I feel like I have one. I just dropped something. Hold on. I feel like I have one I just was using one. I don't know. I use a lot of been using their templates and their rulers, and I cannot find any. Oh, duh, it's right in front of you, Sugar. Okay, so this is like my favorite one to use so far, and this is like the 3x12. The 3x12. And again, you don't breed anything to offset. So, see, you have your quilting marks. You have each like 1/8 of an inch marked on here. This has like been my favorite ruler to use. So I got it in like all sizes. Like they had an 8, a 6, a 3, a 2. I was like, sold, and sold. I don't know. This is a really good ruler. I know, right? You can see it. It's just, and it's blue. I think that's where Sally Tomato got me, because her, like, okay, her name itself is Breakfast at Tiffany. Breakfast Tiffany's color is the robin egg blue. So she always comes out with most of her notions being that color blue. And I'm like, yes, this is for me. Right? So, like, I don't know. I've been using this one a lot. I don't know if the number's going to rub off. What I can do is I can set a calendar from the date that I purchased this, and then I'll just put a reminder, like review Sally Tomatoes, to see if the numbers rub off. Because trust and believe, I have rulers over there that are 6x24, and they're Olaf, and they're clear now. There's no markings, and I don't know what to do with the rulers, so I just leave them there because I don't want to throw them away because I feel like it's wasteful. Yeah. I wish there was somebody that did a laser printer here that can use these for something else to recycle, like an upcycle thing. Like, I don't know. I would give it in a heartbeat because I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to throw them away. But but I have a ruler habit. So I always look for the perfect one. And I really like the Sally Tomato one because you can see the blue linings really, really well. And I'm a sucker. If you have 1/8 of the inch tick marks like this, if you have this, you already got me. Because that's the reason why I like the Westcott rulers. And like, I'm hard on my rulers. I'm not dainty. Yeah. So the, the 1/8 of an inch one, that is really important to me because that's how, like, designers will be like, oh, 1 7/8 of an inch or 1 5/8. And you're like, okay, it's the box above a 1/2 inch, but sometimes your brain's just not working. So I'll count the little 1/8 of an inch box, and it makes my life a whole lot easier. Ooh. See, and Leslie has options. You have options, like the one I showed you the other day with straps. That didn't have glitter, just has like the blue, and I love that. I really, really love that thing. That strap thing has literally like saved me from eyeballing because again, I can't eyeball to save my life. Like you'd be like a 1/2 inch, and I'll be like, let me draw this 1 inch line and then fold it over. That's good, Jenny, that you're sewing. That's really important. I don't know. Okay, so Leslie meet Sandra, Sandra meet Leslie. You guys talk. Just talk to Sandra. Like Sandra's good people. See, you guys are now, oh, you're friends. Now you just message after the live and then you work something out. Yeah, the numbers do wear off. Yeah, it's paint. It's paint. And if I peel it off, it's going to peel off my markings. That's glue. There's scissor marks in here, rotary marks. I just gotta say, these things last forever. I have sewn through them. I've accidentally set them on fire. I mean, they just keep living. Yay, see? Woo, you guys are all friends now. This is how it happens. So, with my crazy day, so like late sitting around trying to figure out what I was going to do. I didn't do anything except make the Ojima. And oh my god, I'm so nervous to show this. The person that helped design the Ojima, her name is Amy. She's Bedhog. Her and Joe from Country Cow created this pattern. And I just found out that she's going to visit. She's going to be at AwesomeCon one of the days, and she's going to stop at my booth. I have like a million of these that I'm selling. It's her pattern. So I'm like super nervous that the person who created this pattern is going to be like, what did you do? I'm nervous and excited. So this is the one I made yesterday. I'm trying to do I did a whole collection with air like rainbow stuff for Pride because it's Pride month, as well as it's like super geeky. So and the was it the 13th? No, the 14th Doctor is going to be there, and I think the 11th. So I did this, and I have the little TARDIS, and then it's all like nice and clean, bounded. See, sometimes I don't use waterproof canvas, or this is just regular bias tape I made. So yeah, so I made this, and I'm going to go, when I get off with you, I'm going to go to Joann's and get some black vinyl, and I'm going to make a Wednesday version of this. This is one of my best sellers because it is a perfect tote. It has a lot of slip pockets. You can use like a little bit of everything. So, I mean, I used less than a fat quarter of fabric and just like half a yard of the cork. I love this cork. It's like rainbow, just goodness. So I have that I finished yesterday, and then I told my daughter to go get the mill. Okay, so a little background with Faith. Faith, if she sees a animal that's hurt, she brings it into my house. All right, so before Loki, I really didn't have an issue with this because Roxy is the most chillax dog you've ever met. Like she'll see you and be like, "Oh, that's a bird. Okay, I'm going off into the area and lick my paws or whatever, right? Loki's like, what is this animal doing in my house? And then it takes two of us to like have him chill and then put him in his kennel thingy so that he's not attacking the animal. So the last time she did this, she found a puppy, which that's the worst because like whatever. So we were able to find its parents and we figured everything out. So today, yesterday when she went to go get the melt, she found a bird that the wing and the leg was sprung. They said it was sprained, but I promise you, I think that bird's leg is straight up broken because instead of like bending normal, it was like bending the opposite way. And I was like, that's not right. I'm not a vet. I'm just, but my eyes say it's not. So we had to call numbers, and then Kendall came home, and then he took her to Frisky's Wildlife Primitive Sanctuary. This lady's house has every kind of animal known to man. She has 3 bald eagles in her backyard. I now know that from this point on, I usually just give to like different animal rescue for my donations. I'm going to donate straight to her. I couldn't do what she's doing. She's like really is Snow White. Like she has monkeys there. Me and Hope were trying to figure that out because we're like, wait, what? Why? So she's an animal rescue. She had baby foxes there, and according to Kendall, like 5 people came in, like back to back to back, and they all have baby birds. I was like, yeah, that's how a lot of zombie movies begin, something like that. And he's like, stop it. But yes, my daughter found a bird, had it in the backyard with her, and like was trying to keep it warm and whatever. The other daughter was trying to dig up worms for it. I don't know where they were going to go with that. I didn't know what to don't dig up worms. I don't know what to do. So they took him to, and then she named the bird. Then they took him to Frisky. So if you're in the Delmarva area, Animal Deserves Life. Frisky stands for freedom, respect, innocence, sanctuary, knowing, year-round, and salvation. They have everything. Turtles. I'm still thrown off about the monkeys because where the hell did you? I mean, I guess maybe someone got them illegally and then they were like caught in some. I mean, that's the only way I could think of. Somebody else knows, please tell me because I'm at a loss at this one. But yes, I think this is where I'm going to be donating. Like what I try to do is from Patreon and whatever monies I get from YouTube, I try to take 10% and I usually donate it to some kind of dog rescue. And there's a person in Maryland that rescues large breed dogs. Like I said, she has a dog with her that she decided to keep that the dog was in a fight and it was a Great Dane and they took off her paws. So nobody's going to adopt her, so she decided to keep. So I'm going to try to split between these 2 local people that are angels. They're straight up angels. Like, I don't know if I could do what they do because I will get enraged and cry all the time. So that's pretty much what we were doing yesterday. Oh, Sandra, I got to see your rainbow zipper tape. Yeah, Faith is just, she's magic. She just doesn't know it yet. She has the biggest heart. Her and Ken act so much alike. Hope, on the other hand, she loves animals. She doesn't like people. They have polar opposite personalities. So it's going to be super interesting having both of them with me at the convention on Friday. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you found like a bird that was hurt and you go turn into a sanctuary and then like 5 people that come after you all have very similar birds that were hurt, you're like, yeah, there's about to be a zombie apocalypse. I don't know. It's weird coincidence. Not once, but 5 times. And that's not including people that she got before and after. She got a baby fox that day. So Kendall basically had to pry Hope out of there because that is Hope's spirit animal. She loves foxes. I'm like, I think they're scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna tell you why foxes are scary. It's Narnia, right? So when I first seen this, I read the book series, of course, as a kid, but when I seen the movies, And that fox, I knew he was working with I know he was working for the right team, but he was a spy. But his eyes, they look like they were shifty. And I was like, I don't know. I don't fully trust him. Like, it started with that. And then their scream. I just can't. I'll hear it. Like, it's her ringtone. I'm like, please change your ringtone. I know. I want her, I want one of them to do it. So but this is going to be the place. So if you're part of my Patreon, or you're a part of helping the channel grow by every time you like and subscribe or comment, it helps the channel. When I get that, I'm just gonna do 10%. I think I'm gonna do 1 month them, 1 month the other, because the big dog one is actually pretty big. Um, rehoming big dogs is kind of like rehoming elderly dogs. It is incredibly hard. It isn't, everybody wants a big dog until they don't. So, um, it's really hard to rehome them because their food alone, it's crazy. Yeah, no, it's the Narnia thing. Don't you guys remember the fox in Narnia? His eyes were shifty as hell. And then I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox when I was pregnant with Hope. I don't know. They were hilarious, but they were kind of shady characters. I'm just saying. Good morning. So yeah, we have, those are the things that I had deal with yesterday. Kendall is a ride or die because I don't do animals. Like, I only if it was a dog, that is the only thing I'll do. Like, I am secretly afraid of cats. Like, I'm just, so he has to deal with all wildlife. I'll be like, yeah. Now, when he's not home, if it's like helping cup a cricket out of the house, because I will not kill a cricket in the house. Like, so I had neighbors when I was little, and the crickets, I know crickets in many cultures mean good luck, good fortune. So I always kindly pick them up and whatever. So my kids are not afraid of picking up a cricket because of me. I will kill a spider if Kendall's not here, and I'll act like I'm Stonewall Jacking, like it's not a big deal. And inside, I am screaming and fainting over and over again in my head. So, like, I don't like be watering his garden. He like appreciates it so much because he knows I try to avoid anywhere where there's foliage or lots of grass by any means necessary. So, because the mosquitoes, I get attacked by like random stuff. So yeah, he's the person that gets the rabbits that are caught in their garden, or if there's a snake or anything, it's him, not me. I'll do it if he's not home and the kids are freaking out. You gotta like man up, you gotta get your cojones on. You're gonna be like, I got this. But really inside, I'm fainting. I'm fainting, and then I'm also then yelling at Kendall because he's not home, even though it's not his fault. I didn't say I was reasonable. So yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox. And weirdly, that is one of my kids' favorite movies because like, and they do it all the time. They'll be like, "Yep, Hope is different," because like there's a hand gesture that they love that movie for whatever I like it, but they love it. So but yeah, I don't trust animals except dogs. I'm afraid of cats. I feel like they're too independent and they don't need you, and that you need them, and that makes me not trust them. No, I couldn't foster dogs. It's the same thing. Like, I'd rather give to foster parents, like donate stuff or whatever, because when I grow attached to something or someone, I'm not giving it up. My grandmother had 10 kids. My mom's the baby. After she was born, she fostered so many kids and adopted others. I never understood how she was able to be a temporary home because she had such a big heart. It's the same thing. I love dogs. If you gave me your dog for 2 weeks, you're gonna probably be fighting me to get it back. Um, I feel like we don't deserve dogs, and they just love us unconditionally. Um, I couldn't do it. I know a lot of people will be like, "Yes, you could," and no, I can't. I believe in knowing your limits, and I love dogs. I'm gonna do it. Now, if somebody was like, "I can't take care of my dog anymore. Can you take it?" I would, in a heartbeat. But it couldn't be like a temporary situation because I wouldn't be able to let go. I would like probably die of a broken heart. But I do believe in like giving to people that do. So again, Kendall works for Regis, and one of the people that he works for fosters or is a foster and sanctuary for big dogs that are over 100 pounds, dogs that been put in dog fights that got injured. She pays for all their all the surgeries. She takes them, she trains them and tries to rehome them. And not unfortunately, fortunately for her, if she can't rehome them, she keeps them. I don't think I could be there on that level until I had no kids, to be honest with you, because dogs are a great expense, especially if your dog's over 100 pounds. Your dog is eating like a teenage boy, and we all know they eat you out of house and home. So, like, I don't know. So what I try to do is just give 10% of whatever proceeds I make to that because into a cause that I get to pick. And I like animals and I respect them. I'm afraid of them. I feel like that goes hand in hand with me. I usually respect the things that I fear. So I'm gonna be giving two Friskies, and then the Great Dane one. I'll get the name of it in case anybody wants to look further into that one. But she's magic. She's literally an angel on earth because I don't know how she does what she does. Like literally when that Great Dane came in with no paws, I probably would have went on to like a taken rampage and just started like hunting down people. Like I don't understand how humans can hurt an animal. It makes me upset. And I think as happy as I seem, things like that will have me in tears for days. Like my eyes are getting glossy, so we're going to talk about something else. So yeah, Olivia also is still her round is open until the 24th for the Spider-Verse and Venom. So I don't know if I probably showed you this bag, but I don't think I showed it up close. She has all the characters, and if you watch the Spider-Verse, this is Peter Parker's baby. So it has all the Spider-Man characters, and this is a small print. What I like about Olivia is that unlike a lot of custom fabric groups, she offers two sizes. So what I think what happens is a lot of people offer just one size, but bag making, sometimes you need a smaller print. Like this is not a very big bag. Like it is 7 inches tall. So if I had a bigger print where these were like 3 inches or whatever, it's going to make the bag even look even smaller. Sometimes you need a smaller print or a bigger print. So she offers you either size, and I really appreciate that. Like my cart is full, and my problem is I love small prints for wallets, but I love big prints for bags. So I'm going through that, but I'm getting tons more Spider-Verse because I don't know if you've seen the movie. So yeah. Jenny Katz. I think I'm a okay. My dad is an interesting character. And the thing is he lives out here and I should tell him to come over here one day. He tells the most interesting stories. So my dad is obsessed with Egypt culture and Egypt history. So for him, I was told at a very young age that cats are the gatekeepers of hell. So there's nothing more terrifying to going to hell to me as a human. So like they're the gatekeepers. So, I mean, they're not in hell, but they don't allow things to go out and things to come in that are not supposed to be there in Egypt. Yeah. I have a very interesting childhood. So he's always been intrigued with that. And I wanted a cat when I was younger. I had a cat bite me, and this is how they found out I have like some allergies to cats. There are some cats I don't have any allergic reactions to, but there's it's just really bad. You'll just be like, "Oh man, your eyes lids are swollen." Shanova, go take a Benadryl. You have a top lip now. So like, it's some I'm perfectly fine with. And other most of them are not. And every time I get tested for allergies, they always say that. But I'm also allergic to like pet dander, like dog dander. It just depends on what I'm willing to take. Like for dogs, I noticed that the first year of the dog's life, I am suffering with like really bad allergies that trigger my sinuses. But then as they live with me, I guess I start building like an immunity towards it. But when I have friends that have cats or something, if like if it's on their clothes, it doesn't bug me. But if I'm physically by a cat and like because I'm gonna pet the cat, it's just that's naturally what I want to do is pet the animal. Minus hamsters. Hamsters kind of freak me out too. I don't know. But yeah, I'm allergic to them. So when I was little and my dad was reading this book and he was talking about that, I was like, what the hell? Why are they the gatekeepers of hell? So yeah, that's why I'm afraid of cats, because they're too independent and they're way too smart. And I don't really think they need us. I think they could rule the world if they wanted to. That's just my thoughts. Oh, yeah, we're that's why we're doing the Tuesday Toe jelly, because I've never made one. I've never made one. So I'm really excited. And Shannon did give me the clear to make videos. So I'm hoping in July for YouTube, I'll have like making the Tuesday tote option A and option B, and then I'll have like the choose your own journey. Like, let's do one with all of them. Let's do a jelly one. Let's do a mac, whatever, because those bags are really weirdly addictive. Like, remember when the NCW is still addictive. People will make that bag, that clutch to this day. That's what it reminds me. It's going to be this classic pattern that people are always going to refer to. Yeah, Jenny, I bought clear vinyl from Glitterbug, and it's already was shipped the same day I bought it. I was like, what? What is going on here? So it should be out for delivery tomorrow. I got that in a Mave pack because I'm just curious to see what they have in it. Yeah. See, Jenny, then you understand. It's like because somebody was like, "Would you foster a kid?" I was like, "No, but I would adopt a kid." It just I the one, I feel like for humans and animals, the foster system is truly broken. There are some people that are out there really trying to save lives and make humans and animals' lives better. Then there's just for every awesome person, there's a creep. There's somebody that is devious and mischievous and has ill intentions. And yeah, we hear about them way too much on the news. It's I think my issue with them is like Loki. If I called his name like Beetlejuice 3 times, he comes out of nowhere and he needs me. He gives me hugs. He's like, like underneath my arm, kissing me and like bringing his toys to me to play with them. Like, he needs me and I need him. Um, but I feel like a cat's like, they're like, yes, you could pet me. No, you can't. Like, it's like, okay. I feel like it's a relationship, they have more of the power than you do. And I guess I have a problem with relinquishing my power. So, because like, I'm like, oh, I want to pet your cat. That's if George will let you. And you're like, wait, what? What? He has a choice? Like, so I don't know. I know dogs can be like reluctant to get pet too, but most of the time they're just like happy and they want to play. So have a really good day, Teresa. Top of the morning to you. Yes, look, Arnetta, we need this rain. Let it shower today after Kendall gets home from work. Because, I don't know what it is about DC and Maryland. It wants to rain at 5 o'clock, like on the dot. Like, spike bag. Um, the Ojima. I literally I don't go a couple weeks without making this bag. I think it's the perfect bag. I honestly feel like I wholeheartedly, and Joe's probably not watching. I know Amy's probably not watching. I feel like it's a perfect bag. It has the right size. It's super domestic friendly. You can make it where it's really good for industrials. And you're not using a whole lot of your fabric, and you can work with different color palettes. It's just, I feel like it's the perfect bag. It comes together super fun and fast. It's like, I don't know, it's my favorite bag. Anytime I have like a strike for fabric to show people what the fabric look like, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have an Ojima in there. I'm addicted to Country Cow's patterns. Did you see that if you're not part of her subscription thing, go to Country Cow's design thing. She has a free like waterproof canvas or wax canvas grocery bag, and it rolls up with leather, and it's domestic friendly, and it has a video. And I, when I'm done with these conventions, I plan on making a couple so that Kindle could have in the back of the car to use. Those are sexy grocery bags. I said it. I know it sounds weird, but they're super sexy. Like, hold on, because I was like, what the heck? This is why I love certain. I don't like to subscribe to a lot of things because I hate notifications. Notifications gave me a panic attack. I'm that person that doesn't. I check my emails and my correspondence frequently, and I like to like reply in a timely manner. So sometimes when I'm getting notifications, it could be overwhelming for me. Um, but Joe does it like twice a month, and usually it's a free pattern. And let's see. Come on. Okay. So this is it. This is waterproof canvas, or you can use wax, and it rolls up to that. That's a grocery bag. If that is not some grown and sophisticated grocery bag, I don't know what is. Isn't that grown though? Like, it's a free pattern. So you can go over to their website or go onto their Facebook page and like and subscribe and then get part of their notifications. But that is the most elegant grocery bag I've ever seen in my life. And then it rolls up to this. So, oh, okay, I'm done. Let me just roll these bad boys back up and throw them in the back of my car. Like, I think that it's leather. So I don't know how they think of things like that, but I'm a huge fan of them because they always think outside of the box. Yeah. Arnetta, I've been telling Kendall that there's bears in Howard County for like 10 years now. Okay, but that's moot. It's because we're in a drought. There's so many. I feel like that lady that Kendall took the girls to go get the bird rescued. I feel like she's gonna have a high influx. We haven't had real rain like we normally have rain in a very long time. Oh yeah, I'll be showing that one. I think Thursday, tomorrow or Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Nightmare Before Christmas bag. So yes. So my plan is hopefully in August I can make a couple of these bad boys and have them in the back of the cars. I really like this as grocery bags. Like I never like I would just think a simple tote, but that whole rolling things up, I'm like, "Oh my God, that is a whole different level of sophistication." So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I had a very exciting day yesterday. Birds, and the kids getting out early, and then like I don't know if anyone else. I was literally in my room 2 hours plus trying to work out how I can make this bag come to life. I know, making grocery because they charge you what they charge you like 5 cents out here for each bag, rightfully so. Um because we can make ones with recyclable material, but yeah, I kind of think waterproof canvas will be really good with this, and waterproof canvas actually looks really cool with leather. um you probably can make it where it's vinyl instead of leather, but I like the way the leather looks against that blue. Very classy. Okay. Thank you, Lynette. Yeah, I did this one yesterday. I've made this bag a lot. This particular style, but this rainbow Doctor Who does really, really well for me. So because we have a couple doctors that are gonna be there at the event, I made a Doctor Who one. I only had one more pull left, so I had to get clever. And then a really nice slip pocket and a zipper pocket right behind it. You can add more pockets to it, but then it also has a pocket in the back. So this bag, the reason why I think it's like the perfect bag is that I don't know, a lot of people, for me, when I filter down my bag, what sells the most, it's this one, this particular style, and then the Erica Bola bag from Ora Rosa, which someone's like, you mentioned that, but you have not done a video on it. I know, because I literally, I need to print out the instructions because I make it and I don't need the instructions. Two, um, I'm actually afraid to do that one in a video, and hear me out. I've made it so much that it's just memory to me. And sometimes when you know something a little too much, you think that the viewers watching you knows the same thing that you're doing, and chances are they don't. Like, so there's some that are gonna be like, "Yeah, right on, I understand, she knows brainwave." And the other one would be like, "Dude, you didn't tell us what's the seam allowance, or when do we stop?" Like, I'm telling you, I know the thing where when I make the handles, I know I make a 6.5 inch mark on the front side of the handles and a 5.5 inch on the back to put the double-sided tape. And I guarantee you I won't translate that in the camera. You'll just see me making marks, and you're like, "What is she doing?" So that's why I like to make patterns when a new bag comes out, because what I can do is I can make it initially and highlight everything in my book where I feel like it might be harder for it was hard for me to understand, so it might be harder for you to understand. And then when I make it the second time, I'm making it with you and I can give you tips and tricks, if that makes sense. I like, but like with the Erica Bowler bag, I have made it so many times. Like, I do things a little bit different. I know where every mark is on that bag without ever looking at the pattern. For this, and I use the pattern. This is cork identity interfacing, and there's foam. Have you ever used foam? Whenever you push it on your bag, when it's all foam, you can feel the air coming in and out. It's something that I always do. But yeah, it's all foam. So that's per the pattern instructions. You don't even add it until you're almost done. You sew wrong sides together, the front and back, and then you slip the foam in, and then you close it off. But yeah, it's all foam. I love foam. You already know that. I just like the fact because you can squish your bag and it just bounces back without any wrinkles. I know that sounds really mundane, but when you're doing conventions or you're packing or you're sending gifts, or you're sending these to people that bought them for you, if it gets squished, you know the bag's going to bounce back. I'm going to AwesomeCon this weekend. I won't. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event. And AwesomeCon is a Comic-Con where they have people coming that are artists that people want to get signatures from. It's a cosplay. It's just fandom world. Like, so I'm selling bags that are artists that are coming there. Like, we have doctors from Doctor Who, we have Star Trek people, we have Star Wars people, we have Power Rangers, we have Lord of the Ring people, like a lot of really big names actually. And so I'm selling bags. So Friday, I'm kind of guaranteeing that I may not do a live, and if I do it, it might be at some weird random time to show you what the setup looks like. But I'm trying to also maybe compile um all videos that I take and make it into one video. Like, okay, this is what I bring to the conventions and why, and this is what it looks like before setup, after setup, and what I do to close up for that night. So that way you can have ideas if you go to a, like I said, an expo or whatever you're going to sell at. So yeah, that's what I'm gearing up to. And after this convention, like 3 weeks later, I have another one. So it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, the setup is a little bit different because, like I said, I feel like with that, it's a live and learn kind of thing. Like some areas you might look better when everything looking like a boutique, like having like crates and they're painted different colors, and it all depends on your personal aesthetic. Mine's is like super dark with just like a lot of lighting. Like, so the flashes on it. So I definitely will show you mine. It took me like years to get it to this level, and I'm still trying to like improve it. Um So I could definitely show you my setup. I'm not like, it's not going to be like a camera on me full setup, because again, I'm setting up for an event that starts at 12. So so it will be like, we're going to be probably leaving the house at 8 or 9, and then we have like an hour to set up. So it might be like a picture of what it looks like when it's empty, and then what the final setup looks like, and then another picture showing what it looks like when we at night. You don't take down your whole display. You kind of like wrap it. And trust and believe, I suck at that, and I just finally got better with wrapping. But yeah, Faith is actually really good at it. So I'm not as good as she is. So yeah, and then just different things. I do plan on having a video. I think tomorrow I'm going to film what I bring in my bag for these videos, because some things you think are really simple that you would completely forget. Like, I promise you, the first 3 years of me doing conventions and expos, I never brought scissors. I have no idea why. Like, I never brought scissors. So people want the bag tag cut off. That's important to have on. Measuring tapes, glues, hand sewing needles, like a lot. Like, I learned a lot, and I've also talked to other people. Like, I have a friend that makes bags, and she leaves her rivet press and rivets in the car. So by chance she didn't set the rivet, her husband will take over the booth, and she'll take that bag to the car, set the rivet, and bring it back. So it's there's process. There's a lot of process, and everyone does it a little bit different. I just my con kit is a little bit unique, and it has different stuff in it that you may not have thought of to bring, but to bring. Oh yeah, is anyone doing the Queen of Heart diamonds by Tula Pink, the monthly English paper pattern pieces that turns into a quilt? It's not like a 1 month thing. It starts this month, and it ends either May or June of 2024. And every month you get a different block that you're supposed to hand sew. Like, it's a whole thing. I don't know if anybody's seen it. I just wanted to bring new things that I haven't seen before. That, and me and Lynette were talking about, no, me and Christine were talking about, by Annie has a TV show that she does every Tuesday on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And last week they had Sew Tights. They're coming out with a magnetic ruler and rotary cutting board. It's like 36 by 24, and it's none of your products shift. The ruler never shifts, because the board itself has like a thin layer of metal, and the magnets in the ruler, and they have special magnets for pattern pieces. And I was like blown away. Now the starting kit price is $375, I think, or $395 for, but it's brand new. So if you go to Sew Tights website, you can see it. I don't know. It's something I was thinking about, but I don't know. Yeah. Hi. How do I sew my pockets and straps to what? I have a video on this. If you go into the catalog and you just if you go into the Country Cow playlist, you'll see this video, because there's rivets on it. Well, for this one, I use foam for everything. This one is all foam. There's no quilting. I just like the way foam works better than Decaville Light and Heavy. Do I use Decaville Light and Heavy? Yeah, but not as much as people think I use. I use a lot. I go through rolls. Like, my rolls that I get from by Annie are like 15 yards, 60 inches wide. I go through like 3 rolls at least a year, 3 to 4. I prefer foam over anything else, because I feel like it's financially more feasible, as well as the bounce back recovery. So you're not getting the wrinkles. That's huge for me. I don't like when things wrinkle up. The convention is in DC. Awesome Con is in DC. It's right by the Apple store. It's like right across from there. So Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm you, the Melissa. The crazy thing is that you're always going to be nervous. I have butterflies still, and I know I've been to Awesome Con. This is their 10th anniversary, and I've been there. I've been there since almost dang near the beginning. I am super nervous and super excited because the 10th anniversary, they have sold so many tickets. So I'm just like, okay, knock on some wood. I'm going to have a really good sell day. And the great thing about this one is it's not too far away. So if I sell really well on Friday, if I need more bags, I have a basket of bags that Kindle could bring up because it's, 45-minute drive. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. And really, really excited. By Annie, by Annie Soften Stable. I love by Annie. Her formula and her story is very interesting. If you put by Annie on YouTube and ask where her story is, she's been making bags for a very, very long time. Very, very. She's probably one of the like biggest bag makers for the that longevity of bags. And she formulated and she came up with this foam because she was having some issues with some Pellon. So yeah, I just I love I just love her foam. And then if you look at some of the pattern makers that have been in the pattern game longer than 10 years, all of their patterns have foam in it. Swoon, Blue Calla, Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H, Sarah Lawson, like foam. It's like a magic thing, and I swear by Annie. That's like my favorite one to use. Now there is a foam called Legacy. I just had the brochure that you can get from a Sewing Machine Plus store, but it's really expensive. But I do like the formula on that one. Like I love quilting with that one. It just makes the quilts puff out even more. Oh my god, that'd be so cool, Anetta. Then you can meet my girls. Yeah, there's foam in here. There's no quilting. Most of my bags have foam. I'm like, I just really like it. Awesome. No, I haven't got. I didn't make any Power Ranger themed bags. I don't know why. I didn't make it for enough thing. That's why okay, so if you look at the video with Lauren and I talking about Comic Cons, if you're doing Comic Cons, I definitely recommend doing that video. It's on her channel, I believe, because we were doing the same thing. When I was sewing a regular bag, she was sewing up stuff for the last minute for C2E2. Basically, that's what I'm doing. I realize that in my collection, it's mostly Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Supernatural, like Disney stuff. So I was like, let me get something different. So I made a couple Doctor Who bags, and then I'm about to make this same exact bag, but I'm gonna make it with the Nevermore magnets and poles. So Wednesday, if I can, I'm gonna bring one Wednesday bag, and then I have a lot of Harry Potter, but I'm trying to just have like different things that appeal to someone else because you'll never know what your first bag is. Notoriously for me, my first bag that always sells is a Black Panther bag every single time. And I always feel like it won't sell because I feel like I just feel like I never do Black Panther justice. Like I feel like I never like I have all these really big ideas for it, but it's hard for me to get all the glory. Like I have this leather bag stuck in my head and I have it for Shuri. I have it, and I just need to bring it to life. But every single time my Black Panther bag sells first. And then we start making a list of what group sells first, like if it's Tangled or is it Star Wars, is it like what it is. So like what we do, I'll ask my girls, I'll film my girls. We each have, once it's fully set up, we have five. We could pick five bags that we think are going to sell first, and then whoever wins, we like they I don't know, I just we they get to choose lunch or dinner or whatever. So hope Faith is usually generally right. So you'll see us do this. I'll have the setup, and then we'll ask. We have like what is one of the first bags are going to sell? You could choose five. Faith is already choosing the Han Solo one. I feel like the Han Solo one's not going to sell until Saturday. That's my highest price ticket item. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I had a really nice Black Panther like that was in a Betty Bowler, and it was made with real leather, and that was my highest price ticket one at Otakon, and it was the first one that sold. So it all depends. You could try it. It's just like there's no tricks. I usually use whatever the pattern designer says. Um, like you can use Decaville Light. They don't replace each other. That's the thing. They don't replace each other. So for example, like Aura Rosa uses Decaville Light and doesn't use foam. She only uses foam if you're quilting. I've never made a foam Erica Bowler bag, but it's meant to be really soft and supple and not. I feel like foam can make it more structure than Decaville Light. So I don't know. I most of the bag designers I sew for use foam, like Bagstock, Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H, Swoon, um, Sarah Lawson, like they all use foam. Then I have a batch of them that use Decaville Light, and that will be Lavender and Twine and Aura Rosa. So I use what the pattern designer has it, because the thing is that I wish pattern designers would show you their due process of making a bag. Um, it takes them so much. Shannon from Not a Thread actually did it. Like when I was showing her when the Tuesday tote wig and things, she said that she had over um 40 bags that she made to get the right bag. They do so much to figure out what it is. Like Shannon kind of likes fleece. Yes. Okay, so her Aries is fleece, her wait, no, the Mayfield has fleece, Aries, the Tuesday tote, and her Gaia. They all have fleece. So like I use that too a lot. A lot. I use a lot of fleece. I also love Thermolam. I'm like super in love with that. Whenever it's like on 40% clearance sale or 60 at Joann's, I'll buy like 2 bolts of it. Yes. Okay, so I have a love-hate with this adhesive. I've been using adhesive things for quite a while. So here's the backstory. Maggie 55 has used adhesive foam and adhesive canvas for like 5 years now, like before anyone was selling it. So she had a person that actually sells it, and I would buy my foam from her and the canvas. Now I used it only when I was making drop-ins or bindings, and I will use it not all the time, because the problem is that with the adhesive, if you turn the bag the wrong way, there's no ironing out the wrinkles. It's glue. So it's going to, if it rolls on itself and takes your fabric, that's a permanent wrinkle. You would need to have to remove it and try to add a new layer or whatever. I actually use adhesive foam on the back of my magnets if I have strips. But then one day I walked into Michael's, and there's a brand they called Fairfield, and they have the foam and they have the canvas, as well as you can go to your local hardware store like Home Depot's, Lowe's, and if you go into the flooring department, they do have adhesive foam as well as adhesive canvas. I think it's good for some things, but not for all things. That's how I feel about Decaville Light and Heavy, though. Good for some things, just not all things. Oh, yeah, definitely your Pokemon prints are wildly popular. Definitely you should do some. There's a huge, strong pool for Power Rangers. Definitely. Good morning. I love structure too. I think you can get structure. I don't do what everyone else does. I was told that I could not use Decaville Light. I mean Decaville Heavy throughout a bag, but all of my nets are made with Decaville Heavy. So I'm like, I feel like you just gotta take control of the reins. There's no right, there's no wrong in bag making. It's you're doing what's right is what makes you feel like it's right. I like like or like the bag that the Han Solo, everyone's like, you use Decaville, and I'm like, no, everything is foam except the bottom base, and the bottom base is actually corkboard. Like you get at when the kids have the planet projects, and it's like a yeah, that I learned that from Samantha. If you have the master class or if you've done any of her patterns, she likes to put false bottoms or put the bottom base with the bag feet or tape or whatever at the very end of the project. So that bag is all foam. There's no there's Decaville light on the top part so it can just collapse a little bit easier. It's the same thing figuring out weights so it doesn't bow up or bow down. That's it. The Hansel so quickly. That's what Faith's saying. But we're gonna go. I'm gonna go with Saturday. I don't know which one's gonna. I feel like all the Lord of the Rings gonna sell first. That's just my thought. I don't know. Dana, you would need to talk to your own lawyers in your own Pacific area and your own accountants to get more information about that. And yeah, the reason I like Thermaland, I think it like for the longest time I was fleece wouldn't adhere for me. I had no idea you needed to squirt it with like a spritz of water and it will like work like magic. I just recently learned that. I don't know. I just like Thermaland because it reminds me of fleece and like So Fuse had a baby. That's what it would be. It's a little bit thicker than fleece, but then it all depends on the fleece. Like I like Heat and Bond fleece. They make me mad though. If you buy theirs by the roll, it's only like 18 inches high. So it's like not on a fold, but I love their fleece. It's a high loft, and that's why I think I like it because most fleece that are fusible are a low loft. So the pile's not very high and it's super dense. The reason why I like Thermalam and it has that body to it because it's a high loft fabric. So the one that I know that's an adhesive that's not Thermalam is Heat and Bond. But because I like it, it doesn't come in like 40 inches or like the normal interface. It is 18 inches. Okay, thank you, Jenny. I'm like, don't sleep on Thermaland, man. Do not sleep. That's once when it's adhered, it's adhered. There's no pilling. Two, it gives you the body and a soft structure. I cannot explain it. There's a reason why that the like a lot of the original PDF pattern bag designers called for it. So, but there's also a reason why people call for Biani because again, you just see me squish the bag and it's just slowly expanding back to its form. I'm all about that. Thermalam is like it's okay, it's like batting. There's a high loft batting and a low loft. So Thermalam is a very thick and dense high loft batting. The reason why it's all called so thermalam is because it has this weird thing property, not like totally, but it helps insulate a little bit more than batting does. Not as more as like a thermal one, but that's why it's called Thermalam. It has a little bit of insulation in it to keep things in the bag cool or warm, not for long periods of time, but it's just one of the side effects. So it's just a thicker fleece. That's it. So like if you when you purchase fleece, the first thing you need to look at is this a high loft or a low loft? It's similar to quilting. Some people prefer I do know when Tula Pink gets her quilts done, when they get quilted, she prefers like a high loft because it's like a thicker, softer pile. When it's lower, it's a little bit more dense. I will when I come back, just remember when I come back next week, just ask me and I'll just like have two samples so you can see and like I'll fuse them to two different things. It's very interesting how to play with them. Like the pattern that I'm doing for So Magical, I actually used Thermalam in one and I had fleece in the other. Trying to make things a little bit more budget friendly. I never use fusible foam. I did it once and never again. If I have it, I'll just still baste it on and not use the heating property. I hate fusible foam. It is the absolutely worst in my opinion. Yeah, it does help with the shape of the bag. A higher loft fleece has more body to it. It's a really cool thing to play with. I don't buy regular fleece either. I used to get the regular fleece from Wawak, and it fuses really nice, but man, it's super dense. And I felt like the more I pressed on it, the flatter it got. I was like, I don't like this. Yeah, there's foam. There's actually a couple. There's if you go into Joann's, if you go into the batting section, there's areas where you can buy rolls of batting. They have a foam that's insulated as well as a fleece that's insulated. You yeah, they're so like they're like Insulbright, but there's a Joann's version and there's name brand versions. They have those. I used to make lunch boxes and I used to hate because they have like this metal in it. So every time you sew, they would poke a hole and it was like a visible poke. Like each time I would be like, okay, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It'd be like, poke, poke, poke. And I was like, yeah, not a fan. So, all right, I'm going to drink some water, go get my black vinyl from Joann's, and probably see if they have waterproof canvas. If they don't, I have to go to across the way to go to Hobby Lobby because Hobby Lobby seems like the only place that has locally has black canvas. And I cannot do a Wednesday bag with like lavender inside. Like, I mean, I could say it's like a spin on both characters, but it wouldn't feel authentically because I need black on black or black with gray inside. So I hope everyone has a really, really awesome day, and I will talk to you manana. Bye.